So we're seeing growth on our Discord and growth on our Zealy, and of course, there's more things coming along the horizon. So we're excited to share with you guys on that front as well. Yeah, so these are most of the updates. Of course, there's a new Zealy Sprint live. And sorry, I'll just 1 minute have Pooja. Can you share a few words on the Zealy Sprint? I think that's going to be something the new community members would love to hear from their side, from your side. Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've been on Zealy, and we've realized this for the past 4 months that we've had so many new sprints coming in, and we've had so many different rewards, and we've had so many different quests. And last month, the sprint actually did pretty well. We had some amazing new users who came into our community, and that was a good that was a good thing to see. But I think we still have a long way to go, guys. So I am here. I'm just like waiting for everybody to support me, and I'm actually really excited because the community always does that. We have some great quests that are already on the sprint this time. So I know that some people have told about, they've given their feedback in terms of the rewards are not as much as they would expect. But this is something that I want everybody to know. The fact that our rewards are distributed in so many different aspects throughout the community. So we're doing Hall of Fame, we're doing Zealy rewards, we're also doing special mentions, we have AMAs, all of that, right? So POAPs and everything. So it's kind of like an amalgamation of everything. And when you see it at a broader picture, that's when you see that the rewards are actually pretty good to begin with. So the idea is to have everybody communicate in the community and, kind of like share and hype up the community. And you do so, and then you kind of like you are very much deserving of that reward. And that's how we've realized in the past that we want to give it to people who genuinely deserve it. We know that there are some people who keep coming, and it can be kind of spammy, it can be kind of bawdy, but we don't want that. We really want to see people who have been doing incredibly well in the community, and we already know those people. We've seen, like I want to mention Smokey, I want to mention Philip, I want to mention Ultra, I want to mention like these people, they constantly are like, even I'm going to mention the usernames, but Signal, the GME. So all of these people, we've seen that they're constantly communicating. And so the idea is to give the deserving people the rewards that they deserve, obviously. And this sprint is also going to be pretty exciting. We have daily tasks on a daily task, which I'm going to, like constantly keep updating everybody in the community about. But apart from that, there are also other tasks that are already available that you guys can go and do it. And one mention which was great by Izzet and Philip in the morning was the fact that we should, like once in whenever we have other influencers tweeting about projects that you think that are bullish, and you want to kind of like hype up your project, you go and you kind of like, it's like raiding somebody's tweet. And that is something that is another quest that we have created. So we kind of are going to keep doing such things to create more engagement, especially on our socials, because that goes a long way. And I'm really, again, like I just want to thank the community to not just, engage, but also help me out throughout the whole process. And there can be a little bit of discrepancies here and there. But I feel like we're always together in this, and we strengthen each other more and more. And I'm thankful and grateful to, again, like not just be a part of the team, which is also honestly like one of the greatest things that's happened to me. But at the same time, even with the community, I feel like we'll go a long way if we work
Yeah.
together. So yeah.
Yeah, so absolutely. You guys can bug Pooja as much as you want for the Zealy. And yes, this is the thing. I think a lot of people, we listened to a few feedback from the community, especially Smokey. I've heard you out, and a lot of other people inside of the community is that yes, we should, of course, have our growth on Zealy, which is fantastic, right? The amount of tweets and everything have increased, but also focus on quality people joining our community. And that's why I think the Hall of Fame is a fantastic place, because it gives the best of both, right? You have the Zealy going on, but also our important and loyal members being recognized for their efforts. So that's mostly the aspect of the Zealy side of things, guys. And this is mostly all the updates that we had to share with you regarding the community side of things. The next comes our products, right? Now, this is something I think is interesting because, not a lot of people are aware of of the things that have been happening behind the scenes, right? So we're going to take a few minutes to sort of explain to you guys and share with you some of the amazing updates MahaDAO team has been working on in the last couple of months, right? So first and foremost, guys, is we're putting a better focus on governance. So we recently made 2 new snapshot proposals. So let me just share my screen to show you guys how it looked. So recently we made 2 proposals on snapshot. Both of them succeeded, of course, 100%, all of them. It's kind of great to see the community coming together and, being aligned with, of course, the leadership we are putting out there. But we're going to try and be more democratic and hear more from our community, right? So recently, guys, we passed on 2 votes, deploying liquid staking tokens into MahaLend, deploying Earth into Base and Linea. Both of them succeeded 100% thanks to our wonderful community members. I would request, of course, those of you who haven't voted to participate in our upcoming votes. And I think it's a great way for us to create more of a better democracy within MahaDAO and create a better sense of leadership here. So yeah, this is something we're going to put more of a focus on, kind of coming back to the slideshow. And yes, guys, the last proposal we had pushed out was something that, guys, we have been building for around a month or 2, which is our deployment onto Base and Linea. Now, why is this relevant, guys? It's relevant because Base and Linea are amongst the fastest growing blockchains in the space today. And we're excited to share that by MahaDAO, putting MahaDAO on the growth of these chains, we are also, sort of growing ourselves as well. Base is specifically interesting because the Base chain is one of the fastest growing chains on the crypto space today, but also the fact that the MahaDAO team is also reaching out to the Base team for grants and recognition because, as a few of you guys might already know, Coinbase is actively looking for a flat coin or a coin that is not pegged to the dollar. And our vision with Earth and MahaDAO sort of fits exactly for what they are looking for. So I think it's a great decision for us to pursue growth on Base and Linea. And I'm going to share with you guys sort of why, again, a bit of why we're doing this. One is that we have direct connects to both teams. We have direct connects to the Base team and we have a direct connect to the Linea team. These are some really big mammoths in this space, right? The second reason of why MahaDAO is going to deploy into Base and Linea is because these are growing ecosystem. They are the next big thing. I believe by the time the bull market comes, probably sometime next year, these chains would be so big that if we can be the number one, flat coin or the number one stable coin in these chains, that is saying something. The third reason is that there is a chance of potential airdrops. Of course, MahaDAO gets to benefit from this because we will get a potential airdrop from both chains, but also our users, people that use MahaDAO, will also get airdrops for participating in these chains, right? And the fourth important reason is grants and recognition. Guys, I think this is an easy home run for us to hit. So focusing on Base and Linea is an easy way for us to get more recognition within the space. And when I say recognition, I really mean it, guys. So we are aggressively focusing on partnerships and growth, which means by the coming weekend, we are launching our testnet. And by next week, guys, we are live on Base and Linea, which means that next week onwards, we are doing DEX partnerships, bridge partnerships, ENS partnerships, yield aggregator partnerships, right? We are reaching out to as many founders, as many DEXs as we can on Base and Linea. And I can share with you guys that we have already closed 4 to 5 different DEXs who are excited to work with MahaDAO and see the growth on Base and Linea. So guys, we are aggressive. We're going to start being more aggressive next week onwards. And yeah, sort of see our community grow, sort of see the TVL grow, sort of see our vision grow, right? With our expansion into Base and Linea. All right, so this is the main update. Of course, guys, as some of you know, we have new incubations as well that we are working on. An incubation is an exciting thing, guys, because it's a new project that we are creating from MahaDAO by MahaDAO. And of course, there are 2 projects that we are working on right now. As some of you know, we're already working on a new exchange. This is a perp exchange and the founders are amazing. I hope to share with you guys some of the founders and introduce them in an AMA sometime probably in a few months from now, most likely. And we're also incubating a new DeFi protocol. Of course, more details about both these projects would be shared when the time is right, which I think is around a month or 2 from now. But basically, as a Maha holder, as a Maha staker, you guys will get a share of their tokens when they go live. So which means when their tokens go live, Maha holders don't have to do anything. You guys will just get a free airdrop, a free share, a large percentage of their tokens when they do decide to go live. And when I say go live, I mean, from the time of announcing to the time of going live, probably a month or 2, not more than that. So if you know what I mean, this is going to be a quick launch. It's not going to last a couple of years. So yeah, guys, we have 2 new incubations that we are very excited to share with you. And there are only 2 more points in the presentation in the AMA today that I would love to share with you guys. But before I jump into that, would love for you guys to put your questions out in the chat. Feel free to put your messages here. I will be happy to answer them. Of course, I'm here. We're here to address all concerns as well. So any questions, feel free to drop it in the chat. And we also have a POAP that we are going to share as well at the end of the chat. So I will share both of those details right after these 2 slides. But yeah, feel free to take a moment and give any questions that you have in the chat, have for us in the chat. Yeah. The second is, this is the last, I guess sort of a concluding point is, guys, even though we're right now 2.5 years old, our vision remains the same, right? Our vision to create a better world, a better currency, a currency that fights inflation, right, is still the same. There is no distractions whatsoever. There is no pivot. The team is not giving up. We have as much as funding needed for another year, at least for the next bear market. I know for a fact there have been a lot of challenges. Yes, the market is shit. There have been bugs. There are some issues here and there. We understand this and we understand everything that the community goes through. We keep our ears to the ground for our community like 24/7. There's not been a day where I haven't been checking on the community. I can guarantee that. And I think that's been nonstop for more than 2 years. These issues come and go, guys, but the vision to create a better currency with Earth and Maha remains the same. And I would love to see this community and this vision grow, with all of you guys together. So yeah, the second last slide is, everything is still the same. And I hope to see the vision grow with all of you guys together. And the last step is, of course, guys, it's, we need to grow together as a community, right? So please understand that this is not a one-man show. Of course, I will be there to give leadership, right? And I want to be as much as part of MahaDAO, because it is a baby that, of course, I've incubated for the last 2 years. But it is for the people, by the people. And I think the team desperately wants the community to contribute. Now, we have seen a few community members contribute. I would love to take this moment to identify all the people in our Hall of Fames, Exoff, Smokey, Izzet, Eggplant, so many people that have been awesome in our community. Philip, of course, as well, who's active in the chat, Big Charter, Vince, Joel, Danesi, all the awesome people that are in our chat, in our community that have been contributing. Of course, we need to grow more. And I think this is a given, basically, right? Now, when I say grow more, I mean we should find more contributors, valuable contributors in our community that can give, sort of more attention, more credit, more love, more contributions to MahaDAO. Because if we have to see this vision grow, and it's an ambitious vision, right? If we have to see this vision grow, we do need the power of the people to contribute in every small way possible. So, which is why it's two messages. One is, of course, guys, we need to grow. We need to sort of grow our community, grow our mission and vision, share it to as many people as possible. But also at the same time, thank you for whoever has been with us, with our leadership for, 2.5 years. I'm excited to share that the next year, and of course the upcoming bull market, is going to be exciting for all of us. And of course, the team has been working super hard to bring all of these things together, right? But yeah, this is it. Basically, would be excited to share with all of you guys the journey that we're going through. And, hopefully one day Maha hits the $1 billion mark. And that's sort of what we are all working for. And that's sort of it, guys. These are the updates. I hope these updates have been amazing. I know there have been a lot of things that we have been working on. I do understand that we started off a bit early, which is why we're seeing more people come in. But I'm really thankful for all of you guys that have joined. We're going to take a few questions just on the chat to sort of answer them and then conclude. But yeah, I hope you guys have had a good AMA session, and we will try to do this more often and more regularly. All right. Sort of going through some of the questions. Philip says, which project needs a couple of years to launch? I agree, but we can't, there are things that we expected from the Forward Protocol team to sort of launch. Our expectation was to launch, right away. Obviously, for those people that invested into Forward Protocol, it's not a bad investment. But the thing is that, they're still holding up the launch, and we've been pushing as much as we can for them to launch as well. Fortunately, MahaDAO's success does not depend on one project or another person. MahaDAO's success depends on the community and the vision that the team has in their leadership, right? And both of which I can say are very strong in the coming few. It has been in the last couple of years and will be in the next couple of years as well. So yeah, I'm excited to share that the next couple of launches that we're going to do are going to be pure airdrops to the community, which means that Maha holders don't need to stake or don't need to invest anything. They will just get free tokens for just being part of, our team and our community, right? So, hopefully the next few launches are going to be major ones. And I do believe one of the projects that we are incubating has a potential to be worth $1 billion. So if that does happen, and if the Maha community gets 0.5% or 1% of their tokens as an airdrop, not a bad deal, I would say, in many ways. So that's what we're going to do, is we're going to create these incubations and give their tokens to Maha stakers as an airdrop. And I hope the airdrops are pretty decent for all of you guys. Vince, really nice to hear from you. It's been, I think, ages since we or any of the community members heard from you. So really great to sort of hear from you again. Will the Maha team apply to the Coinbase Summit? They mentioned the Flatcoin as one of the top 10 products they would like to build. Yes, so basically we are, right now speaking with the Base team at a very close level. This is also why, Vince, we are also building on Base as a step forward towards establishing ourselves as the first value coin on Base. And I'm positive that the growth on Base would be faster than any of the growth we've seen on Arbitrum, Ethereum, or any of the other chains we have deployed. We have access to over 100 different founders on Base, and the Maha team, we are aggressively pushing for partnerships and rewards. So yeah, we're going to be definitely building on Base and reaching out to the Coinbase team. Regarding the incubations, will they work the same as Scallop and Forward, as in different tiers and allocations for Maha X stakers? So regarding the incubations, if the incubation plans to do an IDO, then yes, there will be different tiers for Maha X stakers. But there is a guaranteed airdrop, which means a guaranteed free allocation, which means that if you are a staker of Maha, you will by default get their tokens as rewards, similar to how Scallop and similar to how Forward is going to be. So yes, for all the incubations we do, you guys will be getting tokens and extra incentive for staking Maha, for holding Maha, and for being with us for so long. So yeah, that's sort of Vince, your question. I think there are a few more questions we can take on. Will the Maha team attend the Token 2049 in Singapore? So the answer is yes. If you are in Token 2049 in Singapore, please do reach out to Gafur, who is our head of marketing. He's going to be representing MahaDAO in Token 2049 in Singapore. Unfortunately, not me. I would love to attend events, but I think I do better when we are working 24/7 in building partnerships and building Maha. So events for us, Gafur is there. You're more than welcome to meet our marketing head at the event, but we do not have a booth, unfortunately. Hopefully next time we do have a booth and we are sponsoring some of these events. But that is sort of what's happening. And what is the status of Maha chain? Basically, so will there be a bridge for Earth if we deploy on Base and Linea? We have a few bridge partnerships, Vince, that we are working on. So you will see some announcements on that shortly. What is the status of Maha chain? Vince asks again. Basically, Maha chain has completed its testnet development, and we will be finishing up the documentation and announcing a testnet pretty soon. So I cannot give any dates, but we are actively working on deploying that very soon. So yeah, that's the status of Maha chain. John Del Sony says, John Del, of course, the person with the highest good morning streak in our Discord. So really great to see you here. And your question is, will the upcoming Maha projects be on the new chains or old and gold ones? So I can tell for you guys, I can tell that one of the new Maha project has its own chain, its own dedicated chain, which means it's not Ethereum, not Arbitrum. It's like its own chain on its own. And the second incubation is, yes, it's on basically the new chains, Base, ZK Sync, and Linea. So everyone seems to be going to the new chains, right? And that's sort of why we are also going to these chains as well. So yeah, hope John Dell, that this answers your question, is that these projects will mostly be on new and their own chains. Yeah. Can you do a quick recap of AMA, because many people have joined later? Yes, I totally apologize. I think we screwed up in the daylight savings or some of the time zone issues. It often happens. I mean, it's totally fine. But we definitely will be doing an AMA recap post this AMA is done. And Philip asks, are there also new projects, master projects in the pipeline, which are more like IBOs and not an airdrop? I mean, I like free tokens, but IBO projects also attract new people. That is true, Philip. These projects, all of them do raise, will be doing a raise, a private and a public sale. So we are going to explore that. We're not so sure really what direction these projects go, but I can tell for sure that we are going to be doing more launches. And of course, we have a lot of ways to bring eyeballs to Maha. As I mentioned to you guys before, we are going very aggressive on marketing and partnerships, right? So post our launch on Base and Linea, you guys are going to see at least one partnership a week, in my opinion, with MahaDAO and Earth. And I think the last partnership we announced, guys, has been months. So there's a lot of ways to get eyeballs, and we're going to be more aggressive the coming month onwards. So Jondell, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, asks, will the allocation be depending on MahaX or the real Maha amount? It always is MahaX, because we do want to consider people that are vested long term in the ecosystem. And what were the key? I think there's a new user that asked the question. I think this will be the last question we will take. What were the key factors that contributed to the 100% approval of deploying Earth on Base and Linea? Are there specific features or functionalities that Earth users will gain access to due to this deployment? Well, I mean, I think the fact that, there is 100% approval on these votes, it means that the community is aligning with the team's vision and the leadership, right? Obviously, I want this team to be decentralized. I want the community to be decentralized. I want the vision to be decentralized and not just a one-man show. But it just shows that the community is in alignment with our vision, and I'm excited to have your support during this early stage of MahaDAO. So that is sort of really what this means, and I hope that answers your question. A few last comments. Of course, some of you guys are talking about your amazing merchandise, and I think our merch store is one of the most awesomest place to really feel to be a part of the MahaDAO community. But if you go to our merch store, go to merch.maha.com. It does not mean I'm in Egypt. But if you go to merch.mahada.com, you can see all awesome things that you can get by being a part of the MahaDAO community. If you are a part of our Hall of Famers, you get a $20 coupon, which you can use to spend on any of these merch items. This includes, the Maha to the Moon t-shirt or the Crypto Billionaire t-shirts. All of these things you can sort of buy with, your $20 coupon. But yeah, guys, again, we are going to focus on our community, give as much as love as we can, and do what we can for the people here. I would love for Pooja and Ankita, who are fantastic team members and have been with us for more than a year or two. I would love for you guys to give some concluding words, any small words you have to the community before we conclude the AMA. Pooja, do you want to go first?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. And as always, Steve, I have to give it to you. You go through the presentation, you take people's questions, and you are able to give it all to the community, and that is something that is very inspiring, and I know everybody in our community looks forward to that. And again, apologies that the AMA started slightly early when we said that it's going to start by 3 p.m. But regardless of that, I can see so many people just joining us, and I know that we have been here for a while. I've been here for over 2 years, and in my experience, just not just as an internal member of the team, but also as just a community member, I have spoken to so many of you, and I have had the opportunity to contribute towards this project. And I feel like like Steven said, we have so many more partnerships coming up in the future, and more aggressive marketing activities to be looking forward to. And I do request everybody to be as like just be as engaged as you already are, and more. Honestly, I try my best to reply to each one of you whenever you get back, whenever you are texting me. But in terms of marketing, I'm here to tell you guys that we have so much more coming. We have so many more interesting quests on Zealy. We have so many more interesting partnerships. We have so much more happening on our Twitter and our Discord. And I would like to, take this time and ask you guys to pay attention on our Discord and our Twitter, because those are the two primary social media, just social networks that we are constantly pushing our updates on. And even talking about Hall of Fame, right? It's just the fact that all the contributors, if you are contributing, if you are making the effort to bring this project, like to align with this project and to make this project what it already is, but also more, you are going to be rewarded. And this is something that we've always told, and this is something that we believe in, and we're going to continue doing that for you. And yeah, just keep engaging. Bug me, like Steven said, you can bug me at any point. And I am ready to take it all. And I know there have been times where it's been crazy, but I'm also really thankful for everybody coming in support and helping out. And when it comes to Zealy, which we are right now, the sprint is on. I would suggest go take a look at it. Try doing the quests. Get those rewards. Get on the current leaderboard. Get your rewards. When you have an opportunity that has been given to you, I think you have to take 100% of the shots that you're giving. So do it. And yeah, you can bug me at any point, and we are here always to help you out. And just I feel like the last words were not last words, but many words. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. And yeah, let's keep doing this. I will keep you guys updated when it comes to Spotlight, when it comes to Hall of Fame, when it comes to Zealy, when it comes to Twitter and Discord. I'm here. And thank you very much for always supporting us. And we will see you in the next AMA.